Hi everyone, today we are going to see how we can sort an array using selection sort technique. Okay. Here I have taken 6 elements. This is my array. Now how can I perform the selection sorters? In the selection sort, you will be having two lists. One is sorted list. This is your sorted list and this whole part is unsorted. Okay. This is your unsorted list. Now what I have to do is, in this whole unsorted list, I have to find a minimum element. So I have to compare each and every element with the starting index element, that is 9, and I will retrieve the minimum element. If you see, the minimum element present here is 1. Okay. Now what I have to do, I have to swap this minimum element with the beginning element of this particular list. So after I swap, so in the past one, it will become like 1, 9, 6, 7, 4, and 2. Okay. So here is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now this has been your sorted list. So this is your sorted list. Now this is your unsorted list. Unsorted list. Now again in this unsorted list, I need to find the minimum element. So if you say the minimum element is 2. So in the past 2, it will become 1. I need to find the minimum element and swap it with this particular beginning element, the first element of this list, that is 9. So it will become 1, 2, 6, 7, 4, and 9. Okay. So now this is your sorted list. This is your sorted list, and this is your unsorted list. Unsorted list. Now in the pass 3, when I have to go to pass 3, what I have to do? I need to find the minimum element in the pass 2 itself. What's the minimum element in this unsorted list? The minimum element is 4. Now I have to swap this minimum element with the beginning, the first element of this list, that is 6. So in pass 3, I will have this array. It will be 1, 2, 4, 7, 6, and 9. Okay. Now this is my sorted list, and this is unsorted. Okay. So now again in the unsorted list, I need to find the minimum element. Of these 3 elements, what is the minimum element? The minimum element is 6. So I need to swap this minimum element with the beginning, the first element of this is, that is 7. So in the past 4, I will be having this array 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, and 9. Now this has been your sorted list, and this is your unsorted list. Unsorted. 0, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now in pass 5, I'll have which array? This array. But we have to find the minimum element of these two elements, 7 and 9. What is the minimum element of this 7 and 9? 7 is the minimum element. As this is the first element, you don't do any swapping. As minimum element and index element are same, you'll have this array 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, and 9. Then you have reached the sorted list finally. So you don't do any operation, you don't do any comparison further. So here if you see, for n, for 6 elements, how many passes you have? You have totally 5 passes. So the outer loop you will be having, how to write the code is, you need to have a outer loop in which you will be having 5 passes. The outer loop will be running for 5 passes, and inner loop, you need to have inner loop which is used to find the minimum element. Find minimum element and swap. So you have to follow this particular technique. Okay. Here first int I equals to 0. So how many times I need to run the outer loop? I need to run n minus 1. Okay, I plus 2. Then we need to have an inner for loop. First of all, here I will be considering a minimum element for which I will be assigning the value of the starting index as min index. Okay. So next what I will do, I will take another loop, that is j equals to, now I have this array, right? 9, 1, 6, 7, 4. So this is our element. So now I have this element. I have assigned this particular index to min equals to I. Now I have to start the comparison with the rest of the elements. I don't need to compare the first element, right? It's waste of time if you try to compare the element with itself, same element with itself, waste of time. That's why we're comparing with the next index. That is I plus 1. So I will write here j equals to I plus 1, j less than. So you need to compare the last index, that is n. So why you have to compare to the last index? Because you need to retrieve the minimum elements of this last index. You have to retrieve the minimum element by searching all the elements present in the end of the array. That's why you are considering j less than and j plus. Okay. Now what I have to do? I need to write here if a of, now what I have to compare? I need to compare the minimum element. Okay. So a of j, if a of j is less than a of min, then what I have to say? I have to say minimum equals to j. Okay. So next, this will be my inner loop. Then next I will say if minimum is not equals to I, then what I have to do? I have to take another variable temp for swapping. So I will say temp equals to a of I equals to a of min, and a of min equals to 10. So this is your sorting. Okay. So what we have done here, the outer loop is for passes. Okay. The inner loop is for finding the minimum element and swapping. So let's consider here. Now I equals to 0 initially. So I'm considering min equals to I. So min is also equals to 0. Okay. I equals to 0 and min equals to 0. Okay. Now what I'm saying, j equals to I plus 1. Now j is pointing to this one. Okay. J is pointing to I. So I am saying 1 is less than 5. Sorry. Here n is 6, right? N is 6. 1 is less than 6. So what I'm doing here, a of j. A of j is nothing but this one. A of j is this one. J is 1, right? So a of 1 equals to 1. 1 less than, what is a of min? A of min is nothing but 9. 1 less than 9. So you found the minimum element here. That's why min will become. So once you found the minimum element, you have to save that index value, whatever is present in the minimum variable. That's why you are saying min equals to 0. So min will be replaced with 1 here. Okay. So again you have to run the for loop. Now j will be incremented. 2 is less than 6. Now again you will be coming inside the for loop. A of 2. What is a of 2? A of 2 is 6. Okay, a of 2 is 6. And a of min is nothing but 1. Is 2 less than 1? Condition is false. Like that, you will be comparing all the other elements present in the array, and you'll read the minimum element. So now, if the minimum element is not equals to this one, minimum is 1, right? And I is 0. It's not equal. Now what you have to do? You have to do the swap. Okay. Now we are saying temp equals to a of I. What is temp equals to a of I? Temp is having a of 0, that is 9. Okay. Now again, a of 0 needs to have what? It needs to store the value of this one j. That is nothing but a of minimum value. A of min is nothing but min here is 1. So a of 0 will be having 1, and next In the minimum element, what you need to have? You need to have the temporary variable. So A of min is nothing but A of 1 equals to 9. Like this, you will be having the resultant array. We have already seen the logic of selection sort. The same thing we'll be seeing how we can implement it in the code. Okay. So here what I'm taking two variables I and j. One is minimum variable for calculation of minimum element and temporary variable for starting. So here I'm entering how many number of elements I needed. So those many number of elements I am giving as input. Okay. So here this is the logic of the selection sort. In the selection sort, you need the n minus 1. Why you are taking here I less than n minus 1? Because this particular I loop is for passes and j loop is for finding of the minimum element. Okay, that's why you are saying array of j is less than a array of min. You have to say minimum equals to j's index. Like this, you'll be find a minimum element. If the minimum value is not equals to a variable, you have to start. So this is the logic for the selection sort. Once you have found the selection sort, like you have got the sorted list, you are just printing it. Okay. Now let's execute this code. Compile and run. So how many elements we need? We need 6 elements. So 9, 1, 6, 7, 4, 2. Now I need to get the sorted list as 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 9, right? This is my output. In this way we can implement selection sort.